No. You guys, welcome back to my Mint couch in my Mint house. It's your girl Mint, and today we're going to talk about charging your jewelry for power. I think charging a piece of jewelry was like one of the first magical things that I've done for myself. I remember being just like a small child and being obsessed with magical jewelry, thinking that was the most incredible thing in the world. Seeing medallions and, jewel encrusted like stone necklace things and thinking that that's where your magic came from. That's not true though. Imbuing an item with your magic is really nice. It's something that you can do that will help enhance whatever you're doing, or you can of course charge a piece of jewelry for protection, for universal love. You can charge it for healing. You can charge a piece of jewelry for anything that you would do magic for. How you charge it is also your choice. Let me just give you some examples of how you can charge jewelry for a specific purpose. Any of these methods can be used for any different purpose. This is not the entirety of what you can do to charge jewelry for a purpose. This is just a sample video with a couple of things so that you can go forth into the world and find some more interesting ways to do it yourself, or you can use one of the methods that I'm showing you here. Say you live or you work somewhere where you're often being shown hostility and you want something that's going to protect you against someone's evil, mean daggers coming at you. So you want to grab a piece of jewelry and you want to charge that to protect you. So I've got my little moss agate ring right here. The first and easiest way that doesn't require any tools to charge something is with your intention, like we did with cleansing as well. So I've got my ring here, holding it in my hands. Be very specific with what you want it to protect you from. So think of a time when someone said something to you that you didn't like, and they're piling more work on you than you can get done in a certain time, when they're not treating you well, not treating you like you're a valued employee, or they're just shitting on you because of some other kind of weird discriminatory bullshit that happens at work, unfortunately. It's so personal. So you're going to think about all of those things and you're going to charge the ring to protect you from them. So you're going to imagine while you're holding it, someone is coming toward you with some kind of mess and the ring is emanating a glow that's going to thwart that from you. You're going to imagine that they are being pushed off by that. It's going to be something about you, something in your aura, something in your space that's going to make them start to do it and then change their mind. You're going to imagine that happening while holding this ring. Imagine it for as long as you can, get as much visuals as you can, and really put that intention into this item. People poo-poo charging things with your intention all the time because it sounds like, wishful thinking or just like something that a child would do. But the more you believe in something and the more energy you put into making something happen, the more it starts to happen. It's just how Earth is. Or thinking about someone a lot and then they call you, or thinking about someone, wondering how they are, and then all of a sudden they show up somewhere. The law of attraction just is happening. It just happens all the time. That's why people are always telling you to be careful what you wish for. Maybe wishing for something that is outlandish or crazy, or not outlandish or crazy, and then it happens and you weren't ready for it, you weren't prepared for it, or you didn't know how incredibly huge this thing was that you're wishing for, and now that you have it, you don't know how to deal with it. So that's why I'm always saying be very specific, use lots of visualization, and just be ready for it to happen. Another way that you can charge a piece of jewelry to work for you is to use a sigil. A sigil is a magical symbol that you create, or you can use someone else's sigil that they've already created. There are hundreds of thousands of sigils on the internet because they're very easy to create. All you do is you think about what it is that you want to happen, or you think about what the purpose is that you're going to put on that piece of jewelry. You write that down, and then while you're writing it down, you take letters from that word or that intention and you draw them into a symbolic shape. So let me give you a little example. I'm going to put some examples all around here of sigils that people have made on the internet. There are loads and loads and loads. There are also other videos on YouTube about making sigils if you want to check that out. I'm going to show you a quick example right now of writing a sigil for protection. Let's have a look. All right, let's draw a sigil for protection. So write the word, and then you're going to create a symbol with the letters in this word. So if you have a longer purpose for something, say we want to write protection against bullies, oops, then you want to incorporate things in these words that will make sense for you, that you'll remember and put into the sigil. So you could make an incredibly simple sigil just using the first three letters, P-A-B, by just using the first three letters, P-A-B, and just make that little blip that I just did is a sigil that I've just made. So say you want to just do the word protection It has all the letters in there. Place your piece of jewelry on there. This ring does not want to be for protection, as you can see. But place your piece of jewelry on there. Let it charge with that symbol. You can also carve the symbol into a candle and then have your jewelry charge with that candle. You can do so many things with sigils. Just practicing your sigils over and over again, building a relationship with them so that they know how to work for you. But like I said, super easy. Another way that you can charge your jewelry is also by putting it out into the moonlight. Whatever you want to charge your jewelry for, the moonlight can help it with. It's very like a universal charging system. The sun is also something that you can charge your jewelry with. Just make sure, like I said before, that it can sit in the sun because the sun is very strong and it will pale things. The sun can charge things with energies of vibrance, energies of growth, confidence, strength, power. Think of all the sun deities that there are. Think about what the sun does for you. It warms you, it gives us food, it provides for the entire earth. So the sun can give you a lot of really great energies too if you want to charge your items in the sun. Or you can also charge your items with a charging candle. When I say charging candle, I mean you can use just a regular white candle if you're charging something for a specific purpose. If you want to use a color associated with that purpose, yellow or orange for vitality and for energy. Use red or pink for love or passion, green for prosperity or money or any kind of growth or fertility, brown for strength and for firm foundations, for finding a job, for finding a house, blue for justice. There are so many different colors that you can use. Then you can put your jewelry with that candle. You can dress it if you'd like to. You don't have to dress it if you don't want to. Just put your intention into what this candle is imbuing this jewelry with, and boom, you got it right there. Another thing that you can do, very similar to the salt bowl, that you can fill your little bowl with herbs that pertain to your purpose. So let's use love again, because it's, you know, I love love. If you want to charge a piece of jewelry for love, say you're giving it to someone that you love, so you just want to like fill that piece of jewelry with love, you can place herbs and flowers for love into your bowl, put that piece of jewelry into that bowl for a while, let it sit in there overnight and just soak up the loving energy from those flowers, and then give it to them. How sweet are you? Or keep it for yourself, because everybody needs love. Don't forget about yourself. One of my favorite ways to charge jewelry is by going out into nature as well and charging it with whatever nature element that I want it to be filled with. So if you're working on emotional stability, I like to charge things with water by running water. So with river water, or a really wonderful thing to do, which I rarely do because I don't like going to the beach, is to charge things with ocean water. Ocean water is incredible because it's also about a great deal of growth and life and vitality and also tumultuousness and beautiful emotional energy. So charging things with the ocean water is really wonderful. I also charge things with my personal favorite way to charge almost anything that I work with, because I am an air sign, but I also very much identify with the storm element. I just identify with rain and wind blowing and lightning striking and thunder roaring. Earth being lifted and moved by the elements is just one of my favorite things. It's just a complete crazy storm of emotion and everything. That's just how my spirit is. And so whenever there's any kind of a storm outside, I get super excited. Just something that keeps me vital and energetic and excited for life, because I do live with depression and sometimes I don't feel like doing anything. So that storm energy really helps for me to stay buzzing in a high vibration. So I always recommend charging something in the storm just to see what it does for you. If you're already someone who is super high energy and you don't feel like you need that, totally. If you're someone who needs a little jolt of energy in your life, charging by storm is wonderful. I adore it. Also, charging by smoke. So I know I talked about cleansing by smoke in the last video. I also like to charge things by smoke depending on what it is. So just like I said, you can put a different mixture of herbs into a bowl and then place the item in there. You can also burn those herbs in the bowl and charge the item with the smoke of that blend. I like to charge things by smoke, like I said, because I'm an air element. So anything that has to do with air really vibes with me. And charging things by smoke is usually what I like to do, as well as cleansing by smoke. It's just, you know, and you don't have to be ruled by your star sign either. Like that's not something that anybody has to adhere to at all. Just, I charge things by smoke, okay? I don't know why I had to explain all that just to say that. But for things, I put some herbs in my cauldron and then I'll go ahead and ignite those. And I also like to say a few words to it just to let it know what the intention is, you know. You jewelry can be way more formal than that. That's just me. Let's soak up some of this smoking smoker tin. And then usually for me, if I'm charging something with smoke, after the fire goes out or after everything is done, I'll place the item in there with its ashes and then let it sit in there for a while. So some little extra things that you can do while you're charging the item for your intention is to drop a piece of yourself onto the item as well. This is not necessary, but some people do like to put a bit of their own fluid onto it, like a bit of your blood or saliva or something like that, just to have the item bond with you more. It's totally up to you. If you don't want to bleed on your pendant, you super don't have to. But it is a common practice to put a little bit of yourself onto something so your DNA is on it, so that it belongs to you, it's working for you. Another great way to charge jewelry is to place it on an altar made specifically for that purpose. So if you have a standing altar in your home for a certain purpose, charging jewelry in that altar will have it just be filled with that energy at all times, which is something that I do as well. I think I actually have some jewelry on mine. I guess I'll show you guys.
Yeah, so this is my fairy altar set up here. I'm creating a sacred space for any elements that you use in your magic is really nice. It's just something really helpful. But I do have my load of light here. It stays with my warrior fawn. I love her. This is something that I keep charged with Fae energy, meaning I use this piece whenever I'm doing any interdimensional communication, if I'm talking to my higher self, if I'm doing any astral traveling, if I'm doing any dream work that has to do with going beyond the veil. But I do like to wear it when I'm doing nature work outside. It really helps to bring on that connection because it's here in this garden for that purpose. It is something that I use for the purpose of communing with any kind of elemental spirits. Any jewelry that I have that is being charged for love, and I let it just go ahead and get soaked up with love. And while I'm doing like my daily mantras, it's up there being filled with that energy as well. And if you do have any deities that you revere or that you work with, so this is a statue of Brigid. This is not something I would charge with her at all. Her energy is about fire and creation and hearth and home and family, and I absolutely adore her, and I put things here for creativity for myself. So I'm working on a new project, I'm crocheting something, I'm making something new, I put things on there with her. If I'm having a rough mom day or a rough mom week, I will charge some gentle jewelry with Mary's statue, and then I will wear it in some nice quiet contemplation about being a more patient and loving mother. So there you are, guys. Those are just a couple of ways that you can charge jewelry for your purpose. There are, like I said, hundreds of thousands of other ways that you can do it. You can charge jewelry with crystals. You can charge jewelry with a singing bowl. Just put it on the inside and then play the bowl while it's in there, and vibration will charge the jewelry by itself. It's wonderful. That's a wonderful way to charge jewelry. Music is an incredible way to... This is the time is up alarm. That's what my son's voice is. That's me being like, okay, it's time to mom again. But charging jewelry with music is wonderful. Find a song that makes you feel the way you want that jewelry to work for you, and play that song while wearing that jewelry and charge it with whatever you want. Alright guys, I'm going to go before my son comes downstairs and starts sitting on my lap, and then people in the comment section complain because they don't want to see a child, they don't want to hear a child, whatever. Okay guys, have a beautiful, wonderful day and live magically.
I'm magic and I'm black and I'm soft on top of that. Plus my innocence is my MO. And